All right, saying that we up. Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
Okay, so first and foremost, we want to start by giving all praises to Yahweh, Ahashem, Yahweh Shai, Ahashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who were well. Peace and salutations to all the sincere Akim and during afflictions, making the calling and election sure. Shalom.
Shalom.
It's your brother Kabar,
It's brother Tazaka.
and we back with another one, Lord willing, and be edifying to the elect. Yahweh Hashem Hamshai, Aham Kadash Barakadam. To all sincere listeners who may hear this. This one's just going into this article here from Sky News. It says New Year's Eve, can you celebrate in a pandemic? Here's what the world's biggest cities are doing. And under here it says, with countries around the world still battling the pandemic, will anywhere actually be holding large-scale celebrations? So we're just gonna go into that, get some precepts, and we're willing to be edifying. Any pre's before we start off?
Uh, yeah, I can get one. I got one.
Come.
Revelations 9. Let me see exactly what it says. Uh, 9 and 20. 21.
You said 20?
Yeah, Revelations 9 and 21.
20 or 21?
Revelation chapter 9, verse 20 and verse 21.
Okay. Khan. Hey, Shalom, Mak. Yahweh Shem Shabbat. This is Revelation chapter 9 and verse 20. It says, and the rest of the men which were not killed by these plagues, ye repented not of their works of their hands, that they should not worship devils and idols of gold and silver and brass and stone and of wood, which neither can see, nor hear, nor walk, neither repented of their murders, nor of their sorceries, nor of their fornication, nor of their thefts.
Yep. Ultimately, we know when you read up, it's going into when the nukes touch down. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I brought this out is because ultimately, you're going to have people that's going to be celebrating until the end, man. You're going to have people that's going to be continually doing wickedness until the end. You're going to have people still like this this party out, this Babylon, the the epitome and pinnacle of wickedness. They gonna ride it out until the pinnacle. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna ride it out until the
Mm-hmm.
end. You know what I'm saying? That's just like how it's set up to be, and
Mm-hmm.
that's why you still got, regardless of what the hell is going on in the world, all these different plagues going forth here in America. You still got people trying to, go hard and celebrate New Year's because, you know, ultimately people gonna be trying to, do wickedness until, when they get hit with when the nukes going off, you know.
Mm-hmm. Right. It's like the definition of insanity, according to the devil Einstein. He said that basically doing the same thing over and over, expecting a different result. Last year they were celebrating New Year's of 2020. you know, and
Yeah.
and time tells you, all right, was it really a year to celebrate? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But here we go again.
Bro. Yep. And then in 2019, they was saying coming in 2020, they was like, "Oh, I'm so glad to make it out of 2019." Like that was a hard year. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like I don't want it
hmm
again.
Right.
But 20 been so hard. People got to
Kind of breaking up on my end.
a lot.
Um,
Can you hear me
yeah,
now?
man, I can hear you. Yeah,
Con, con.
and like we
Yeah, just
bring out,
oh, you got bro.
you got it. No, you got it.
Now I was just gonna say, yeah, 2019 was a bad year. Then 2020 came. Then now 2021. You know what? You ain't got nothing to celebrate about this previous year. You finna come into a new year where they finna turn up on your ass, man.
hmm Right. UN already said, they they set an expectation that next year, so-called, is going to be catastrophic. You know,
Mm.
yeah, kind of not. So, you had something else?
No, that's all I had right now.
Okay, we'll just go ahead and get to this article. So it says Australian officials have banned people from gathering near to Sydney Harbour's Bridge to watch New Year's Eve's fireworks display due to coronavirus. It says celebrated annual event, which normally attracts around 1 million people to the city's harbour side, can only be watched live by those who live in the area and their guests. New South Wales State Premier Gladys Berejiklian said that those who live in the city centre can invite up to 10 friends and family to their homes to celebrate. Guests will have to apply for permits to enter the area. Doctors had warned that going ahead with traditional display risks public safety as policing the crowds would take essential workers away from dealing with an unfolding COVID cluster in the state. All right, so you see what they're doing there. A few different major states. I want to definitely touch on New York. Um, just kind of go through it. It says Auckland, the New Zealand city, is pushing ahead with its traditional celebration at the Sky Tower and Harbour Bridge landmarks. Mayor Phil Goff said that thanks to the incredible efforts of the New Zealanders to eliminate COVID, the 5-minute show would go ahead as usual. It says he added, "We are in the fortunate position of being able to live our lives relatively normally. People can go to work and school, gather with friends, and our economy is one of the most open in the world. That's worth celebrating, and this year's spectacular display will be a perfect opportunity for Aucklanders to do that." So apparently they ain't going through it out there. I believe New Zealand, they basically implemented a mark out there, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh wow, in New Zealand.
I believe it was New Zealand. I think they implemented some type of mark.
Mm.
I could let me just mention that just not to be out here saying something. Let me see.
Uh,
See if something pops up. New Zealand chip. I ain't talking about potato chips. Let me see. It might be NFC. It might be in. I could just type in implant. Let me see. Let me just see if there's any news on there.
uh,
Yeah, I'm not too sure 100%. But New Zealand, for some reason,
it sound about right. I want to hear
sound
something
about
like that
right.
about
Yeah.
the NFC chip out there, but yeah,
Hmm.
but I'm not for sure on that either.
Yep. One website, vitalforce.org. Um, yeah, there's like some type of so-called conspiracy website. But yeah, that's neither here nor there. We know, you know, so-called America, right? Land of the so-called free. This place, this is the beast system spoken about in Revelation 13, So that's really, the prophecy surrounds, this place, the door to Babylon, where our people have been sent, modern day Sodom and Egypt. There's also Tokyo. This is due to rising COVID cases around Tokyo. Not only have all night trains been canceled New Year's Eve, but several of the city's big downtown countdown parties, concerts, and other seasonal gatherings have been called off as well, including the famous Shibuya Scramble Crossing Party. Yeah, Hong Kong looks like they're missing out on particular things. They got government protests out there. Just kind of go through it. Singapore, right? This is something around the globe, all right, or the flat Earth. If someone believes in the flat Earth, right, around this whole world, all right, or the Earth, okay, the Oikomenum, like it's all some type of a celebration every year. All these different countries, all right, are celebrating the so-called New Year. It's not the new year. New Year's, in the springtime. Um, I want to just really kind of skip to New York, and it would just, I could put this in the description a little willing. Dubai. Just read Dubai. It says New Year's Eve in Dubai is always huge, and authorities are saying 2020 will be the same, but with strict social distancing and health and safety measures in place. This display will, as usual, be centered around the world's tallest building, the Burj Khalifa. So Dubai, they're like, man, to hell with that. We're gonna go ahead and show them how it's done. I believe last year it was a whole bunch of crazy fireworks in Dubai. Um, France, they're on the 8 p.m. curfew out there. So that's what they got going on in France. London says huge swaths of England joined in London in the strictest COVID restrictions on Boxing Day, meaning millions of people can only gather outside with one other person, not in their household. Nearly everyone in Scotland and North Ireland will also be subject to the highest level of restrictions after Christmas, which means large gatherings even outside will be banned. Yeah, they're going through it out there in London. Rio de Janeiro, Brazil has been among the world's hardest hit by the pandemic, and new COVID infections are on track to match the peak of the first surge. The city's December 31st fireworks have been canceled. Like the brother brought out, Lord willing, we'll get that in Ecclesiastes. This is not a time to be out here celebrating, man. It's supposed to be in the house of mourning. New York, it says the Times Square ball drop is one of the most iconic New Year's Eve events. The ball will still be dropping this year, but the party, which usually sees hundreds of thousands cramming the famous LED lit intersection, will be for an extremely limited group of socially distanced in person honorees. Everyone else will need to tune in virtually or watch on TV. There will be a performance from singer Gloria Gaynor, who, quite fittingly, will see the year off with a rendition of I Will Survive.
Oh shit, finished.
Folly, man. It's through.
This that yeah. What's the name that we had found out earlier this year or last year? It was like when when the Titanic boat was drowning,
Hmm.
going underwater, and they were singing like what's the
Hmm.
name of that again? You remember? It's like a
Nah,
certain
I'm not
name
sure. What
for
you
it.
talking about? Yeah, I'm not
Like we
sure.
had Karaf and Shamar, I believe they was touching on it earlier this year about how like
Okay.
when something like when something about to go under, you know what I'm saying? Like a place finna be
Oh
destroyed, and then
yeah. I think you talking about it's like a particular song that they plan on playing, like when it's
oh
all
yeah,
said
yeah,
and
yeah,
done.
yeah, yeah. But it's a particular song got a name for it too, though. Like just like it's a
Yeah,
name for like an end time song or something.
yeah, kind knock. Yeah, if we could find it low well, we'll throw it in the description.
Kind.
Like in the movie Titanic, they had them, playing the violin. You know what I'm saying? While the ship was sinking.
Mhm.
You know. We got Los Angeles. It says LA's Grant Park will this year stage a pandemic edition of its New Year's Eve party with 90-minute streaming celebration of music. About 1 to 95 people in LA County are contagious, and public health officials have warned conventional New Year get togethers will create a viral wildfire. As the coronavirus infection rate in Southern California continues to rise, stay at home orders look likely to be extended into the new year. We got Vegas. Says a firework display over Vegas world famous strip is canceled this year, with public officials citing the safety of our guests as the reason. More than 300,000 people usually visit to see the fireworks and enjoy the beginning of the new year in the Las Vegas Valley. The traditional party in downtown Vegas, Fremont Street, will not be the same as in previous years, but it will happen, albeit in Skaldon and Skaldon Way, Slovakia. It says last year more than 30,000 people attended the party. This year, only those with limited distribution wristbands will be able to go along. The brother put a comment in, brother Kazak. Was that it?
Yeah, that's it. It's Swan song, the
Swan
water.
song?
Yeah, call her, yeah, my shot. Yeah,
A little bit from the shy.
Yep, that's
Yep.
yep.
Yeah, the Swan song. Right. Yep. Yeah, brother on fire. Yes. Hey man, we need to get you out there on the highways and byways, so-called 2020.
All right, bro. All right.
You know?
You come down to Atlanta.
Yeah, come out to the A, man. Yeah, that was it on the article. So you have something you want to get?
Yeah, I got a quick one because you mentioned about how this not even the real it's not even the real New Year's, and you mentioned also about you and the brother Kazak. Y'all made mention to how like this not even the time to be doing nothing like celebrating anyway. Like we're in a time of great peril and mourning out here. Um, this Daniel chapter 7 and verse 25, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. An example of those great words is against the Most High is having Gloria, whatever her name is, saying "I will survive." You know what I'm saying? In the middle wide, millions of people, so to speak, dying. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds of thousands of people dying. You know what I'm saying? You got somebody talking about some, I will survive. When the issues of death belong to Yahweh Shem Shah, man. He controls life and death. So that's just an example, though. It says, and he shall speak great words against the Most High, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High. Which the saints of the Most High, we're wear out. We wore out, man. Like we, you know what I'm saying? Like Habakkuk said, why do we have to behold grievance? You know what I'm saying? And iniquity. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta sit here and just watch these clowns. You know what I'm saying? Celebrate, New Year's and Christmas. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to see this mess, man. It's garbage. You know what I'm saying? Like when is this gonna end? You know what I'm saying? Like we're wore out, man. Like bro, Jake be to a point where like, man, I don't even want to be here no more. You know what I'm saying? Because because iniquity shall abound. Um, it says, and shall wear out the saints of the Most High, and think to change times and laws, which he changed times and laws. You know what I'm saying? To the point where, like the brother Kabar was saying, New Year is supposed to start in the spring. Going into the pinnacle of heat. You know what I'm saying? And light. Semblance to new life and vibrance and growth. You know what I'm saying? And harvest and things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? I'm supposed to go into cold and not, things that are lifeless and what I'm saying, darkness. You know what I'm saying? That's the beginning. You know what I'm saying? That's not right. You know, it says, and they shall be given into his hand until a time, so like and think to change times and laws, and they should be given into his hand until a time and times and the dividing of time. So ultimately, in the dividing of time, you're gonna have people that's gonna be out of time. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be doing things out of season and dividing the time. Once we coming into the dividing of time, and that's when Yahweh Shema Shah is gonna make all things new, or renew things as before, as they were in the beginning, and those things are gonna be established forever. And that's what part, we in right now. Oh shit, I might as well. I could read a little bit more too. Verse 26, it says, "But the judgment shall sit, and they shall take away his dominion to consume and destroy it unto the end. And the kingdom and dominion and the greatness of the kingdom under the whole heaven shall be given to the people of the saints of the Most High, whose kingdom is an everlasting kingdom, and all dominion shall serve and obey him." So that's what time we're coming into, where judgment is sitting, and dominion is being taken away from those who was going to be ruling in the last time, which is Esau, Edom, pertaining to second Ezra and numerous scriptures. On top of that, you know what I'm saying? Says that Esau was going to be in the end times. But now we're coming into the dividing of the end and coming into that which is everlasting, and ultimately they're going to be falling under power. Everything is going to be crumbling in their society, and our people are going to be on the rise, and on way to ruling in the name of Yahweh Shema Shai, and that's what we're coming into right now.
Mm-hmm. That's right. I did have a little bit of information just to kind of, I guess, go into it since you brought that out.
God.
This is on history.com. Just a brief, brief overview, understanding that this calendar, the times. Okay, this isn't the Lord's calendar, man. This is something that's man-made. You know, that's a cut to a particular camp, which I seen a particular camp. You know, um I don't know if it was a post or a video, but it was kind of touching on how the calendar, is pagan. You know, but that goes into even the days of the week. That's why we don't observe, you're right, the Shabbat based off of this calendar period, man. But this is from history.com. It says January 1 becomes New Year's Day. It says the early Roman calendar consisted of 10 months and 304 days, with each new year beginning at the vernal equinox, according to tradition. It was created by Romulus, the founder of Rome, in the 8th century BC. So at this time, all right, the calendar, it says it was 10 months, 304 days. It says a later king, Numa Pompilus, is credited with adding the months of Januarius and Februarius. Over the centuries, the calendar fell out of sync with the sun. In 46 BC, the Emperor Julius Caesar decided to solve the problem by consulting with the most prominent astronomers and mathematicians of his time. He introduced the Julian calendar, which closely resembles the more modern Gregorian calendar that most countries around the world use today. Says as part of this reform, Caesar instituted January 1st as the first day of the year, partly to honor the month's namesake, Janus, the Roman god of beginnings. And that's a god that looks like this. You know, two heads, one face looking at the other, with one face looking the other direction. One looking behind, one looking forward. You know, and that's basically people who celebrate New Year's. They basically worship in this god here. Janus. So yeah, that was really about it. We could go into it more, which we've done videos on this before, but yeah, the point is, this is basically changing times and laws, man. It's not even something to be celebrating, even down to what this calendar is representing. It's not even a new year. We got the middle of the night, 12 p.m. In the middle of the winter, where everything is dead, and it's called the new year. That don't even make sense.
Yep.
You have some?
God, brother. Hosea 2, 10 through 12.
This is Hosea chapter 2.
13.
Hosea 2 and 10, it says, and now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver out of mine hand. Slakia, let me read that again.
God.
Hosea 2 and 10, and now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of mine hand.
And this was going into Israel in this chapter, Hosea, the second chapter. It was speaking about Israel, their adultery, their spiritual fornication. You know what I'm saying? Their rebellion against Yahweh Shema Shai. Their whorish ways. You know what I'm saying? He was going to ultimately, expose her, at a point. He says, I will discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of mine hand. And the lovers of Israel, are these other gods, man. These other false doctrines outside the way of Yahweh Shema Shai, which that's what's gonna happen now unto our people here in Babylon and all these other countries that the brother Kabar was naming in that article. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna expose their lewdness. You know what I'm saying? When you get that word lewdness, I got another precept to back it up too.
Khan. The etymology goes into the Hebrew, Strong's H5040, Nabalawath, which means immodesty, shamelessness, lewdness, and goes
Mm-hmm.
into pudena of a female. But I'll look that up right now.
Pudendum.
It goes into a person's external genitals, especially a woman's.
What was the word that was with? What is in the other? You said
Yeah, it goes into pudena of a female. So the genitals of a
the
female.
genitals. Oh wow, that's heavy. So um, like we let other nations go into us as a people. Israel let other women go into their pudina, if I said that right. You know, their genitals. You know, basically by opening them up their mind and their soul and their spirit unto them. You know what I'm saying? You know, being involved with these other gods and you know these other you know other doctrines. You know, that's how they become defiled. You know, that's how they open up their genitals in a spiritual sense. You know,
Yep.
um, I got a you get Sirach 26 and 24 through 24, 25, 26.
Kind of not. Sirach 26 and 24. It says, a dishonest woman contempteth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband. A
Yeah,
shameless
it says
woman.
a dishonest woman contempt of shame, which we went into that word lewdness, and it goes into being modest. You know what I'm saying? Um, you know, pretty much not being shameful. You know what I'm saying? And a dishonest woman, she contempt of shame. You know what I'm saying? Which we've been dishonest towards Yahweh Shai as a nation. You know what I'm saying? So now the shame of our people is gonna be seen through, you know, when you know, ultimately Yahweh Shai brings, you know, these horrendous judgments that's coming, you know, and our people are still involved in the go through idols. You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna help them. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna be exposed as shameful. You know, they're gonna be ashamed because they left their husband for you know men who didn't even care about them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It said an honest woman will reverence her husband, which we haven't been honest towards Yahweh Shai as a nation. You know, we haven't been reverencing him. You know, which reverence goes into fear. You know, which the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and it's also going to be the stability of the times. That's why you know a lot of our people are not going to be stable in the times that we coming into because they don't have that modesty. You know what I'm saying? And therefore they don't have that reverence towards Yahweh Shai. So they're not gonna have what it takes to please him and you know be sustained you know through trouble.
hmm Verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog, but she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
Right? Yeah. See that the same face will fear the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, our people are not shamefaced. You know what I'm saying? So they don't fear the Lord, and that's what's gonna be lead to a lot of our people's demise, not having that shame, not having that modesty, not having that virtue. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shema Shalom, you know, treat you like a whole bitch, pretty much. You know, in simplest form. You know.
hmm Right. It says, a woman that honoreth her husband shall be judged wise of all, but she that dishonoreth him and her pride shall be counted ungodly of all.
We know what's gonna happen to the ungodly. The ungodly gonna perish. You know, they're gonna have vengeance taken up with fire. You know, and that's ultimately what's gonna happen to a lot of our people who are still, you know, partaking in New Year's and you know, still, you know, involved in the mirth of the heathen. You know what I'm saying, and of the wicked. You know, into idol worship. You know, ultimately, Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna take vengeance upon them and expose them for their which you know, of course we know you know a priest daughter you know what I'm saying she's been a whore or a harlot she's supposed to be burnt with fire And this was gonna happen to a lot of our people, because they're not going to turn from their horse ways, you know. Lord willing,
Mm-hmm.
that's not us.
Mm-hmm. Lord willing, yeah.
Mm. I got another quick one too.
What you got?
Tobit, uh, like you. Can you just type it in for? I know I'm in the right chapter, but it's a lewdness. Okay, yeah. Tobit 4:13. It's like you.
Yeah. Yep. This is in Tobit chapter 4 and verse 13. It says, Now therefore, my son, love thy brethren, and despise not in thy heart thy brethren, the sons and daughters of thy people, and not taking a wife of them. For in pride is destruction and much trouble, and in lewdness is decay and great want. For lewdness is the mother of famine.
Fine. Yeah, so that's why it's gonna be a great famine. It's gonna come here to America. That's why it's gonna be. That's why this place is decaying. When it says in Isaiah the 14th chapter about how the worm is spread under thee. You know what I'm saying? It says, that's going into how this infrastructure is faltering. How America's decaying. How this place is falling apart and crumbling. That's why you know, the mirth being sucked out of it. It says, and lewdness is the cake and great one. Because ultimately, if you just been like hoeing your whole life and being a whore your whole life, being dishonest your whole life, ain't nobody gonna want to be with you. They got a saying, you can't turn a hoe into a housewife. So you're gonna have great want. You're gonna want a man. You're gonna want somebody to cater. You're gonna want somebody to love you and be there for you, but ain't nobody gonna do it. You know you're just gonna pine away. It says, for lewdness is the mother of famine. And that's ultimately why America and a lot of these other countries are heading into great peril. That's why the mirth is being sucked out of a lot of these places because of lewdness. It means immodesty. Infidelity. You know what I'm saying? Whorish and harlot ways.
Hmm, that's heavy.
Uh,
Back in Hosea.
yeah, brother. Yep.
Back in Hosea 2 and verse 10, it says, And now will I discover her lewdness in the sight of her lovers, and none shall deliver her out of mine hand. It says, verse 11, I will also cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her new moons, and her Sabbaths, and all her solemn feasts.
Right. You see, it says, I will also cause all her mirth to cease, her feast days, her new moons, and her Sabbaths, and all her solemn feasts. You know what I'm saying? This ultimately is doing right you in these wicked traditions, in these wicked ways, but also those who are outside of our nation, who are participating, in worshiping of their gods and you know celebration of whatever their paganism is. Yahweh Shemashah is causing all that disease. Why? Because we read about it in Daniel 7, the 7th chapter, about how judgment is going to sit. The dominion of the wicked is going to be taken away in dividing of times. And that's going to be the real New Year. The real, which we coming into a jubilee. You know.
That's right. Verse 12, And I will destroy her vines and her fig trees, whereof she hath said, These are my rewards that my lovers have given me, and I will make them a forest, and the beasts of the field shall eat them.
Mm, yeah. So ultimately, Yahweh Shemashah is going he's going to completely obliterate everything that you believe in and everything that you stand for. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shemashah is not gonna everything that you have gained through wickedness is gonna be taken away. You know what I'm saying? That's what's happening right now because America was established through wickedness. So any kind of celebration of wickedness that you're having here, any kind of anything that you're partaking in this current world, you know what I'm saying? America and all these other countries like France, New Zealand, Hong Kong, some of the other countries you name, these things that you're partaking in, they're not gonna reward you nothing but destruction. That's what's happening right now. That's why, a lot of these countries they can't even celebrate it. You know what I'm saying? Or if they are celebrating, it's a limited, it's at a limit. Ultimately, Yahweh Shemashai gonna completely, if he just gonna, everything is gonna be destroyed. Like it ain't gonna be nothing, not even a limit.
Right. Verse 13, and I will visit upon her days the Baalim. It says, wherein she burned incense to them, and she decked herself with the earrings and her jewels, and she went after her lovers and forgat me, said the Lord, Yahbashim Hawshai.
Yeah, so he said he gonna come, he gonna give Israel pretty much what they deserve for their whorish ways, man. That's what's how we in right now. I'll tell you about it. It's that Zephaniah, the first chapter, that I will search Jerusalem with leaves. I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish them who are set upon their leaves. You know what I'm saying? That's our people who pretty much, left Yahweh Shemal Shai and then went, into other men, went into these other guys, these other doctrines, and just got comfortable and was like, oh, I don't need you no more. Well, Yahweh Shemal Shai, he gonna find you, and he gonna put you to death for committing adultery, for being adulterous, you know, and he gonna put you on your lover. He gonna put you on your lover to death, adulterer and the adulteress, because we read about it in verse 12, you know.
Yep.
But that's yeah, that was it on that.
Kind of not. What you got?
I just got Isaiah 24 as of now, but whatever else you got.
The brother did bring on Matthew 24. I could get that.
Yeah.
This is in St. Matthew 24 and verse, I'm start verse 37. It says, but as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Whereas in the days that were before the flood, they were eating and drinking, marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered into the ark. They knew not until the flood came and took them all away. So shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. This is basically what Yahweh is prophesying about the end. All right, how this thing is going to go down. The state of our people, state of the world is going to be in a certain place, just like in the days of Noah were. They were just, caught up in folly, man, caught up in that mirth, being in the house of feasting, eating, drinking, marrying, giving it to marriage, which we know sex is marriage, which is nothing wrong with none of these things, but to be in the spirit of doing these things, and being in a lifestyle of just, eating, drinking, marrying, that's hey man, Noah wasn't in that spirit, there's a time and place for everything. We understand the time that we're in, so we want to make sure that we have our eyes single, we're focused, we're locked in, we're examining ourselves, as well as looking at the times, understanding the times that we're in.
I got a quick one back now.
What you got?
Genesis 6:12, Genesis 6:11 through 13.
This is Genesis 6 and verse 11. The earth also was corrupt before the Most High, and the earth was filled with violence. And the Most High looked upon the earth, and behold, it was corrupt, for all flesh had corrupted his way upon the earth.
And 13 too.
It says, and the Most High said unto Noah, the end of all flesh is come before me, for the earth is filled with violence through them, and behold, I will destroy them with the earth.
Yeah. So we in this time again, just like the days of Noah. You know what I'm saying? We in this time. The same thing was going on where people was eating, drinking, and giving in marriage. But ultimately, the earth corruption and violence. You know what I'm saying? And Yahweh Shemashah looked down on it, and he was like, he got pissed off, man. He was like, okay, I'm gonna destroy them with the earth. You know what I'm saying? Ultimately, Yahweh Shemashah is gonna do the same thing again. Because the earth is made up of elements. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, Yahweh Shemashah is gonna destroy people with these different elements. Because he tell you in Isaiah 29 chapter that you should be visited of the Lord of hosts with fire, tempest, and etc. You know what I'm saying? And ultimately, Yahweh Shemashah is visiting this place through with fire, as far as like affliction, the furnace of adversity. You know what I'm saying? People, on the brink of dying from plagues and pestilences, getting kicked out of their homes. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to survive. Uh these different things that's happening upon earth. Yahweh Shemashah is already visiting, and destroying with the earth. So, you know, uh, we in the same time again where Yahweh Shemashah look down, people having fun, while nothing but wickedness going on, and he end up destroying them.
Mm-hmm. You said you had some.
You got one, brother.
You got it.
I just got Isaiah 24, um, through four through 4 through 13.
Kind of. This is the prophet Isaiah 24 verse 4. Isaiah 24 and 4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. The world languisheth and fadeth away. The haughty people of the earth do languish. The earth also is defiled under the inhabitants
Yeah,
thereof, because they have transgressed the laws, changed the ordinance, broken the everlasting covenant.
yeah. So that's why Yahweh Shemashah is ultimately finna bring destruction to this place, just like in the time, the ordinances of Yahweh Shemashah have been changed. The everlasting covenant has been broken. The laws have been transgressed. The times have been changed. The ways of righteousness has been turned upside down. You know, so now Shemashah has to clean this place up. You know, when you got people celebrating every year, doing all type of wickedness, you know, paying retribution unto a God that hasn't done nothing, that hasn't done nothing for you, rather than reference the God gave you existence. Yahweh Shemashah is pretty much tired of that, man. And he's gonna repay, you know, all those that hate him, like it says in Deuteronomy the 7th chapter, you know.
hmm Therefore hath the curse devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate. Therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned, and few men left.
hmm
It says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry hearted do sigh.
hmm
The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoice endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth.
This pretty much is what's going on right now. The new wine is more than divine language. All the merry hearted are sighing, man. You know what I'm saying? The mirth of tabrets, they're ceasing. The noise of them that rejoice is ending. The joy of the harp is ceasing. Really, most people ain't even worried about New Year's, man. You know what I'm saying? They plotting on they plotting on some wickedness they gonna do on New Year's to be able to survive. You know what I'm saying? They plotting on New Year's coming. I'm gonna take out some cars, or I'm gonna rob somebody, or you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna put somebody to death. You know what I'm saying? This the things that people thinking about on New Year. They think about celebrating it. They're thinking about how they can come up off of it. You know, and that's because the mirth is ceasing. You know, those that are rejoicing in it, the joy of the heart is ceasing, man. You know, a lot of these different concerts and staple programs that was set up on New Year's, you know, being shut. You know, that's the joy of the heart ceasing, man. You know.
Mm-hmm. It says, "They shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it." It
Yes, they
says,
should not drink wine with a song. Strong drink should be bitter to them that drink. You know, and that's what's going on right now. You know what I'm saying? You got people that's drinking and they not even like you supposed to drink and be merry. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to eat bread and be merry. You got people that's like, man, they drinking it because they like, man, I'm finna perish. You know what I'm saying? According to old custom. It's not even like it's not even like fun. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm. It says, "The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up, that no man may come in.
Hmm.
There is a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone." It says, "The city is left in desolation, and the gate is smitten with destruction."
So that's the ultimate end all be all for America and various other countries throughout this world. You know, see, the whole world. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell you in 2 Ezra the 15th chapter, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, man. You know, of course, the worst punishment is coming to America. You know what I'm saying? But this is ultimately the whole end all be all, man. You know, it's gonna be crying for wine in the streets, like how can we get back to normalcy? You know what I'm saying? Which you're not getting back to normalcy. Now, but my side's finna completely obliterate this place. The joy is darkened. Ain't no more happiness, man. The only thing you got to look forward to from now on is famine, death, and destruction, man. You know what I'm saying? Unless you on Yahweh Shema Shai's team, unless you truly his servant, man. Truly Yahweh Shema Shai with a full heart of sincerity. That's all you got to look forward to, man. It ain't nothing else good for you. Got now. If you wanna, soak and bask in that, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? But that's all you got left. You know what I'm saying? Like you got you a little bit of money, a car, a house. You know what I'm saying? You got a little bit of possessions. You know, you got a little bit of extra liberties that a normal citizen might not have. You know, well, you could just take that and run with it because that's it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's coming to a certain point where it's just over with. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing but desolation that's coming. You know.
Yep. Calm.
That's it, brother.
That was it.
You got something out?
Uh, I mean, the point was made. You had something?
Nah, that was all I had.
Yeah, I think I mean, the point was made. Just wanted to put that out there, man. I mean, like the brother said, this is good news, man. We about to get up out of here. We see, you know, uh, I mean, this place is on its way out, man. The mirth is being ceased. They're struggling to hold on to this folly and mirth, which I was thinking about getting in Ecclesiastes 10:6. That folly set in great dignity. People are trying their best, to continue in this folly, man. But hey, man, we approaching that time where it's just it's not gonna be any type of mirth, man. It's gonna be real mirth when we in the kingdom. After that after that sixth trumpet sound. Mm-hmm. Calm. Yep, seeing the downfall of our enemies, bro. That's definitely something to celebrate. Once we get to that point, that's the true celebration, right? Like Rick James says, a celebration. But yeah, that was really all I had. Yeah, we could go on longer, but yeah, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. With that, we want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Kadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders who were well. Peace and salutations to all the sincere Hakim and during afflictions, making their calling and election sure. Shalom. DTA.
Shalom. Paul.